everyone to the very first episode of Dadcast
with the Man Dem.
That's right, we're going to be here once a month giving you the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the triumphs and the struggles.
The lefts, the rights.
that it takes to help grow your children, raise your children as fathers. This amazing father right here of two is Jace.
Thank you very much. And this guy, he's trying, but father didn't come with a manual. We've got Kinny here, father of two also. Although I don't know how you managed to have one boy, one girl. I don't know what the secret is.
Listen, I'm just happy I got one boy, one girl. That's it, done.
Yeah,
no more.
I'm outnumbered. So yeah, so kind of like, we got to our left, we got our first guest. This is Nick.
Hi, you alright?
Father of one. I don't know if you can hear him in the background. As you can see, Dad, multitasking Dad. He's feeding while recording the podcast.
Yeah, so he's 4 months old, and this is my first. So yeah, experience.
Yes. And yeah, so.
So to my right, we have father of two.
That's right, boy and a girl. I'm Hardeep. The struggle is real. Real.
To Hardeep's right. Again, father of one, but also father of many more.
Yeah.
I'm Joe. My daughter's 10 years old, and then I've got 3 stepkids who are 10, 8, and 6.
Okay. So today's topic, obviously, we've got kids of all kind of varying ages, but one thing that we all go through as parents and as fathers, the topic today is sleep, or the lack of. So yeah, it's just one of those things where I guess we all kind of thought, me and Kenny were thinking, what should the first topic be? And it's like, do you know what? I don't think I've had a full night's sleep. Like, did you ever get it? Whenever you get it, where I guess not so much for you at the moment, but where like you wake up in the middle of the night and think your kids are at the end of the bed. Did you guys ever get that?
All the time. Right?
Like I wake up and I'm like,
no. you anticipate. You're half asleep and you hear voices, and then you're like, no one's there. Ready. You're just ready.
Oh man, I mean my daughter's 2, so I'm still kind of going through that sleep thing, and any little noise I'm thinking like, oh, is that them? Yeah. So you just have hours of broken sleep, and you think that you've slept the whole night, but really it's like bits here, bits there, and you wake up and you're thinking, I slept, so why am I why am I still tired? But we'll get more into that later. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to do our very first segment, which is called Show and Tell.
Do you want to go first? Can I go first?
You go first, man. You go first.
Mine's in my pocket. It's quite small. Hold on. So what I have this week is a packet of paracetamols. So recently, my kids have just been giving me the word. So this represents I love them to bits, but paracetamol is your friend. I think that's one of my tips right there for fatherhood so far.
Paracetamol is your friend. I think I have to agree with that one. Okay, my show and tell is this lovely new era hat. Okay, so the story. My son, Zaire, he's 4 now. He was born in 2012. 2013, me and my missus, we went to New York on our anniversary, left my son, and we bought him this hat. He's 4 now, and it's only just fitting him. So, yeah.
That's an investment.
Exactly. And he loves it, so, yeah. Brownie points for Dad right there.
Okay.
Nick?
Well, I've got the famous dummy hat. Now, this is meant to be very controversial, but in my eyes, it's a lifesaver because when he is crying constantly 29/7, 5 minutes of relief by putting that in, he's figuring out what to do with it. Yeah. Fantastic. So
you enjoy those 30 seconds of love.
Those 30 seconds of silence is absolutely
the thing is, like, I remember we used to get those things where, like, Jess in particular, she'd have it, and then you'd be walking somewhere, and it's gone. It's like it's not even a buggy. Like, I don't know how many dummies we went through.
Man.
I think actually this is my 20th.
You got one of those rain jackets. Dummies.
Yeah. If you eat them or what, but they vanish.
If you can hear the bang, it's the bang of Hardeep's massive show and tell.
As I say, guess what Hardeep's interest is based on his show and tell.
I wonder. My one, obviously everyone knows, is Spider-Man. However, in our house, he's known as the Man. Again, I think when my wife, when she first told us she's expecting, got all excited, didn't know what we were having, and I saw this. This is like the day when I'm getting, I don't care if it's a boy or a girl, she's having it. So I brought it, and then from then it's just been, my son just loves him, but he calls him the Man, because he couldn't say Spider-Man, so he just called him the Man. And this guy has just been everywhere. He's in a bed, in the car, wherever you go, this guy, the Man, is everywhere. And now my daughter, who's 1, she's like taking over now. It's her man now. And it's funny because I remember I used to, when parents measure their kids in heights and that, we used to compare them to the man. Mary Tower's the man. So it's a lot of memories with it. It's like, for me, it's like one of the first toys. However, this guy's randomly in my bed sometimes. Sometimes you watch Toy Story and you think, is it real?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it is. This guy's in my bed sometimes. I'm like, there's no space for me. It's like the kids, Mrs. and the man. And
I think you could have used him as they do that Elf on a Shelf at Christmas.
Yeah.
Like put him in separate places.
So Joe, what have you brought along for your show and tell?
So my show and tell is an Old Man Logan comic, and the story behind that is much like Hardeep. I'm into my kind of comics and stuff, and my daughter, who's 10 now, really started getting into kind of superheroes a few years ago, just through my interest, really. Started off with the films and then moved on to the comics, and it's the first comic that I read her. It's the first Old Man Logan. And if anyone knows it, I know it's a little bit violent, but she loves it.
It's a bit dark.
It's a little bit dark,
gritty.
but she much prefers the dark, gritty stuff. Like Heath Ledger in Dark Knight is her favourite villain.
Yeah,
So, So yeah, she loves it.
Come on, man. When we were young, I think the first film I watched was RoboCop. Nowadays it's PG film, but I know we were all watching RoboCop.
The thing is, kind of linking to the sleep. But when I was younger, I remember once, my mum must have had on a VHS and she went out and I pressed play and it was Candyman.
I was just thinking exactly the same thing.
Horrible.
Nah.
So talking about horror stories then, has anybody got a story recently about a lack of sleep? Or
Yeah, well, where do we start, man? I mean, my daughter's 2 and she's still not sleeping all the way through the night, whereas my son was at 6 months, so it's, but I'm kind of going through that stage where you're creeping, you're really, really creeping, you put your daughter down, she's old enough to understand when you say, okay, go back to bed, she goes into bed. And then I'm still finding myself creeping and trying to not step on the cracks and like it's Mission Impossible.
I'm going to say you lay on the floorboard.
You know what I mean? Oh my god! And all of a sudden, the doors start creaking and stuff, and you're just
doing cartwheels around the house and stuff.
I've always wondered about that though, because when Maisie was born, obviously my first child, and we did the whole creepy thing, and then my ex's kids, when I was living there, they're my 3 stepkids. She was quite loud and just moved around the house. She'd go into their room, switch their light on in the middle of the night, swire their clothes if she'd done the washing or whatever. And they had learnt to sleep through everything, whereas Maisie always slept a lot lighter, because I don't know if it's because of that or because of just different kids being different.
I was going to say, when my mum used to look after 2 girls back in the day, I remember that they would sleep through everybody talking, but when somebody get really loud and you go, shh, then they wake up. But how's Teddy getting on with his sleep?
That's exactly the same with Teddy. He hasn't been a very good sleeper at night, so when he does go to sleep, we go up to the little Moses basket, put him in, and we slowly walk away.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
As soon as you're a foot away from him,
it's like you're moving at angles that you never thought you could kind of.
You're doing a slow moonwalk going over the carpet, like you say. You figure out where your floorboards are creaking and rolling down, so you're stepping over there. But as soon as you're about a foot away, bang, you
That's it. So I've noticed, and obviously, I don't know if you find as a boy and a girl is different. So my boy was quite good. He'd go sleep, and maybe wake up once at night. Well, my daughter, though, like you said, you got to go ninja mode. Yeah. It's one little thing, it should be up. And what my daughter is, I call her the Undertaker. And she'll lie there, and you think, happy days, you got a few hours, you could do whatever. And then she just rises and looks around like that, and then looks at you and then just laughs. And you think, you're laughing because we're going to have to deal with you tonight. Do you know what I mean? And then she just gets up middle of the night, wants to play and thinks it's a game. When you're trying to just go to sleep, and she thinks again, like you said, the whole creeping.
Really?
And
she's
more
she's like 2 more years.
Jada took a while to start getting it because obviously we were in the flat, and then when we moved into where we're living now, we got her kind of into. It wasn't too bad keeping her staying in bed doing the bed training because Jess was on the top bunk. So whereas with Jess, she used to get out loads of times because she was on her own. When we had Jada, Jess stayed in the bed, so she just wanted to copy. But then you get that thing where I remember one night Jada got up on the hour every hour for the entire night, and I was just like. Do you guys ever do it? Our Mrs. might watch it. I don't know. We might get in trouble. But do you guys ever have it where you just pretend to be asleep?
Absolutely.
So
All
that
the time.
No, the thing is,
Especially in
but
the
you
morning.
know our missus do it too.
Yeah,
You know our missus do it too.
Yeah, it's like a game of chicken almost. Like, who's going to move first? It's like,
One eye
Some-
open. Yeah, she's moving. All right.
Sometimes you just lie then. Like times, like sometimes like my boy comes into our room or whatever, and you just lie there still, and your arms hurting, and you know if you move, that's it, game over. One little move, or sometimes the group, the phone goes off, and I'm just like ignore it, and like you try to creep out to get your phone. Daddy, you're awake. Like, no, go back to sleep. Or the worst one, I don't know if you like that. It's a bit bad, but I try to bribe my kids. I go to sleep. Unrealistic dreams. I'll take you to Disney World tomorrow. Just go to sleep now. Like.
the thing that Nicola done that I think she does it, but she's gonna act like she doesn't. Is that you have your side of the bed, she has her side of the bed, and I know that sometimes I'll come up and she'll be like on her phone while it's on charge on my side of the bed.
Yeah.
So then I have to get on her side.
Yeah.
And then in the night I just feel, Mummy. And I just think that she's a bit cracked like that. I mean, do you guys have any tips on how you found works getting your kids to sleep? So we've got the unrealistic.
Yeah, the bribes.
I mean, long term, I think it's all about routine, being realistic.
Absolutely.
Long term, it's about routine and being firm. So, many of the children in my life have had difficulty sleeping at different times, especially Malachi, who's my youngest, he's my stepson. He's 5, but he used to be in and out all the time, and he'd often sleep in his mum's bed and stuff, and that was really disruptive as well. So making sure they're in their own bed and giving them the routine and getting to the point, really it's attention. They want attention, and if they wake up at 12 at night and they want attention, they don't really have the concept of time really at that age, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's about not giving it to them really. It sounds kind of horrible, but you just put them down and don't engage in conversation.
I do remember it was like a really horrible, heart-wrenching thing. Like I said, with Jess, she wasn't getting it for quite a while because she was on her own in a room.
Yeah.
And like we sort of done the thing where Nicola was like in the room and then slowly would like move further away. And then we'd have like the stairgate at the top, and it got to a point where we decided for a couple of nights, we know she's safe, we know she's fine. Let her cry at the top of the stairs and see what happens. And then like we found that she was taking herself back to bed, and it was like okay, like it's horrible, especially when it comes
Yeah, it's horrible.
Daddy!
Yeah.
Daddy! I mean, it's like
It is.
the neighbours
It's
think
not
like
nice, yeah,
kids
yeah.
are just screaming your name.
But I think you got to persevere with that, haven't you?
You just got to keep going. You just got to keep. I mean, me and Sherelle, I know when Zaire was relatively easy. I mean, he went to sleep throughout the night for 6 months, so where we took a weekend
2
to kind
weeks
of like,
for Jess sleeping through the night.
crying for like an hour, then the next day crying for 45 minutes, the next day crying for 20 minutes, and then after that was it. He was just sleeping all the way through. But with Kida, it was different. So what we did was, we kind of did the same thing, creep and kind of then read to them and all those different things. Then we realized, well, Zaire and Kida's in the same room. Why don't we put them to bed at the same time at night, do the same thing for both of them every time? So brush it, have a bath, put pajamas on, brush your teeth, read them both a book, and then say, look, night, bedtime, and it just worked like a treat. They both sleep in at the same. I mean, Kida, she still kind of gets up as soon as we put her down, put them both down. Maybe 10 minutes, she'll get up, come to the top of the stairs, laugh, and run back into bed, and then it's start. Well, guys, was there any kind of things that you guys do at the moment where you're working with your partners, your girlfriends, your wives, to try and share the load in terms of sleeping?
To be honest with you, like with me, we are sharing it, like getting that weight, doing the feeds and stuff like that. So doing it like alternative. But yeah, you've got to share it, otherwise.
I think
is
go on.
I was gonna say the thing that's difficult is that like Nicola was like Superwoman. She was like, you're working full time, like I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
But then when obviously working in education, I get those holidays, and it's like, do you know what? Let me do the holidays a bit more, stuff like that. And it's that thing as well where with the sleep deprivation, it's about every now and again just taking the kids, and no matter how many times I say to Nicola, lie down and go to sleep while we're out, she'll still end up doing that.
I think that's just a mother. With Amri, I have to give credit to her with the kids. She was 100% gets them to sleep, and a lot of time the kid wants the mother or what have you, and it is difficult. But I think like going back to what you're saying, it's getting that routine, isn't it? I think if they know they could get away with certain things, they'll try it. But going back to, I think I've tried to help, and then you feel useless sometimes because a lot of time they want that one parent, or a lot of time, I don't know if you find it is, they always want the other parent.
Oh yeah, see, I think
let's touch on that. Joe, how do you feel at that point? Because I suppose we've all kind of gone through it. We'll touch on pregnancy, which will be another future topic, where you feel like you may be like a spare will kind of in the situation. But I mean, what was it like for you? Probably where Maisie maybe wanted her mum more than you.
Well, I suppose.
Soothing her
I mean, to be honest, in regards to it's not just Maisie with all the kids, because they all try it. I think what you said, they always want the other one, and I think that's them just kind of. I just don't think you can pander to it. Do you know what I mean? I'm as equally responsible adult as your mum, so I'm here now. You've got to deal with it. But in regards to what you guys were saying earlier about kind of sharing and stuff, that kind of changes as the child grows, I find. Anyway, like when Maisie was a baby, first born, I used to, she was up every 2 hours, like solid for about 3 months. And her mum would do the feeding, then I'd rock her to bed. And it was really tough. I was working full time, and I was really, really tired all the time. But when I look back, it's a really nice memory because it's the time where we really bonded, which is what you're talking about where you fit in as a father, especially to begin with. And I remember holding her kind of to my chest, kind of skin to skin after she'd had her feed, and I'd rock her to sleep. And I'd be really tired, but when I look back, I remember it in a really nice way. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So in regards to kind of sharing responsibility, I suppose the older the child gets, the older Maisie got, the more I felt kind of needed and involved. But you can kind of be there from the beginning. Yeah. Try what you can do.
All right, I want to pose a question to you guys, and I want to pose a question to you guys also at home, listeners, watchers. So the question is, how many times have you fell asleep in your child's bedroom? Okay, if not bedroom, how many times have you slept downstairs in your living room with your child? Guys, how many?
Many.
I'd say every other night.
You actually live in the child's room.
Yeah.
It's people say you want to have your child in the bed with you because he's like at a young age, but if you can just get that hours kept from next to you, you do it.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. People say that. I just think you're bonding. What have you? And that back to sometimes when you're sat on the sofa and you got your 2 kids or how many kids in your arms and you just fall asleep and they fall asleep, and it is the best feeling the best sleep as well.
I'm just trying to think because I think with Jess, I think one of the best ways for her to settle would be me just on the sofa with her just on my chest. And then you naturally fall to. I do remember one time having Jess when she was like in her toddler phase, just before Jado was born, and I remember once falling asleep on the living room floor. Remember I used to have that red rug in the flat, I remember falling asleep. We were playing with whatever, and I remember falling asleep, and then what I felt was just this like smash on my face. I was like, what? Like I woke up and then Jess is laughing. She's like, them little sit and ride things, the little bars. She dropped one of those on my face because I was sleeping. And it's just like, I'm just thinking the amount of times, I think after that day I slept less. Because you're really vulnerable when you're asleep. I think,
I've had this plenty of times bashed in my head, say, Daddy, wake up. And now I've got Captain America shield now. I've got your game.
I get it now with computer. We're playing on the PlayStation now, and it'll be like a sunny Sunday afternoon or something, and they'll want to play computer and stuff, and I'll be tired, and I'll just find myself kind of dozing off halfway through like Lego Marvel or whatever, and they get really annoyed at that.
Wake up! Because I'm trying to grow my beard out, and there'll be many a times where I'll be led on the sofa trying to go sleep, and Keita's come up to me and was like pulling it. I was like, look, it doesn't detach itself. It is growing on my actual skin. Like,
it's a bit off topic, but on beards, Hardeep, if ever you do decide, because I know every now and again you get fed up and you reset and you do it again. Can you please record your children seeing you for the first time?
Do you know what? Funny enough, like basically, I grew up last year. And I think it was some holidays. I thought, it needs.
You had a passport photo or something like that.
Yeah, I needed to restyle it and reshape it. So I cut a lot of it off. So it was probably about a grade 2 or 3. So still a bit. And my son looked at me and he kept looking at me. My daughter was like, they go, you're funny. I was like, what do you mean? They go, something's not right about you. Where's your beard? And then he couldn't look at me like. So I do want to do clean shaven one day. Just for that purpose. But going back to like the sleeping sort of aspect, my boy he's like, when he gets up, his name's Laken, he's like, Daddy, it's wake up time. like, I go, no, just stay asleep. He goes, no, the lights, the sun's out. It's wake up time. I go, no, you can sleep longer. He goes, no, it's time to wake up. He goes, wake up. And then I'm just constantly, I go, just go to sleep 5 minutes. Then I'm just getting the bribes, innit? Like, just get 5 minutes and we'll do this and do that. But everyone's got to be awake. When he's awake, everyone. Then my daughter, Simran, she's up, and I'm like, oh, just give up, man. Just like,
see, with that, what we did is we got like a night clock and a glow clock, and we set it to a certain time. And say, look, when the sun comes up on the glow clock, the glow clock,
okay.
Then it's time to get up. So there's. And now it actually works, you know. They stay in their room.
That's not a bad shout.
Maisie had one of them. She had a Sleeping Beauty one, and it wasn't until Sleeping Beauty got up because she used to get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Summer is a beast.
But do you know what? Every child's different, and so my girlfriend, her son is 5, and he wakes up really early. He'll wake up at like 7, and we don't need to get out of bed at 7. So he'll come in and have a bit of a cuddle, but then he'll go off and play, and we'll say, I'll go and play for a bit, and he'll get his toys out and he'll start playing before school and stuff, and that's really nice. Maisie used to wake up at stupid o'clock, and we had to get that, and that really worked. But it gets better as they get older, because on a weekend now, if we've got, you know, Maisie, Tayshay, Mally, and Eric, you know, the kids can make each other's breakfast. So we don't need to get up now. They know how to turn on the PlayStation, they know how to turn on the telly, they know how to get their games out and their toys out, and they know how to make breakfast. You wake up to a mess, but
you can deal with that.
But you don't necessarily have to get out of bed at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning, so it's, you know...
Swings and roundabouts. The thing is, like, that interrupted sleep that I sometimes get in the morning where the girls are arguing over something. And it's just like, you're sleeping, just the worst scream, and like... Thinking, what the hell's going on? Like, Jess isn't sharing. That sounds like a you problem.
The annoying thing is, like, with Laken, it's like nursery days. I need 5 more minutes. I said, you get up on the weekend, funnily enough, earlier. I'm sat there telling my wife, I'm going to remember this. I'm going to know, you remember this. It's when they're older, you've got to make sure you wake them up. So I'm still trying to stay asleep a little bit. So when you're 60 and they're going to wake you lot up, I remember that time when you didn't, you didn't let me sleep.
that time.
Exactly. So if you watch this, you've been warned.
Did any of you guys, have you guys got anything that your parents used to do when you would, like, disturb that? Do you guys remember anything?
No, my mum was just old school. She just gave that look. That threat.
Because I'm just trying to think, because I remember, like, my mum used to, just do that thing where she would just, like, leave me, because, again, she knows that I'm safe. So, like, if I'm trying to get into the bedroom door, she's like, no, you wait outside. And I think she says she remembers me, like, sleeping in the hallway. Just because, like, I was just being, like, an absolute pain.
My mum was raw, man. There would be times where we'd be sat at the table, and you're eating your dinner, and you don't like the food, right? You're eating it, and you don't like it, and you're there, and your mum's like, you don't leave the table until the food is finished, okay? So it gets to like bedtime is like 7, 8 o'clock, and it's like 9 o'clock. And I'm there just like sleeping in food, and then you think, okay, they send you up to bed. You think that's the end of it. You wake up and you have to eat out for your breakfast. You have to eat out for your breakfast. Like if you're lucky, But I'm a good boy, so I eat out.
You told me that tissue thing. You told me the story about you used to throw food over the wall out the back window and Mum wasn't looking. Why are you beating up?
You do the tissue thing. Put your food in the tissue, then you're damn it.
And you.
I don't really remember as a child much about my sleeping patterns. I remember waking up stupidly early on a Saturday to catch Live and Kicking and everything.
Standard,
you know what I mean? And I'm wondering as I grew up why I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But I don't really remember much. I remember getting like into Mum's bed when I was little and stuff, and she was a single parent, so I think she didn't mind me just sleeping in there. Do you know what I mean? But I can't sleep with my kids in the bed. I literally they disturb me.
Do you think like with time, like in our sort of era, there wasn't like iPads or whatnot, and do you think now their minds are a lot more active? There's a lot more stuff going on. I know it's young, but like social media, so on and so forth. Do you think they're just more awake and alert compared to in our day? It was all maybe we were out a bit more in the woods and we tired ourselves out a little bit more.
I was going to say, like, my brother's got like two young kids, and he says the iPad is his like saviour. So it's just like if they play it.
And it's trying to get that.
It's a gift and a curse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I agree, and I mean, I think that it's really important to make sure, we have screen time, so there's a limited amount of screen time in the house, especially on a weekend where they would sit some of them will be on their phones, the old ones will be on their phones or the tablets, and the young ones will be on the PlayStation or the laptop watching a film. And they would sit there all day if we let them. So we have to say, nah, screen's off now. You need to play something that is imaginative, or you need to draw, you need to go outside, you need to do something to burn your energy. But I think that's why it's really important with the routine at night, because if they're on their phone, if they're on like the tablet or whatever before bed, it doesn't work. So having the brush your teeth, have a bath, read a story, that worked so well.
In our house,
when I was living with my stepkids, we started doing the reading. I love reading books, so my mum always read to me before bed when I was little, and I started reading to them, and we read loads of books. But once they got into the routine of reading a book, they knew book meant bedtime, and they were happy with it. Do you know what I mean? They'd be like, right, are we reading tonight? Are we reading tonight? And they'd get in the bed, all lay together in a big double bed, just me and the 3 kids, and I'd read to them. And they loved it, do you know what I mean? Then they'd be really calm before bed, whereas before that they'd be jumping off the wall.
See, our routines changed a bit, like with the reading. And you know, I'm going to do a dad hack at the end, but just a little top tip: when your kids start learning to read, get them to read the bedtime story, because then they're reading their books. You can add it to their reading book, and it's just part of that routine. Because then because it used to be that way. There aren't any arguments over what book you read. It's like, Jada, you're reading your book. So Pussy and the Birds was this. So and it says the word pussy referring to a cat, but it says pussy 18 times throughout that book. And then Jess was reading hers, and it just kind of you're able to have that bonding. You know that you're helping them kind of level up, as it were, and they're improving their literacy. But then also they're then settled. And then go to sleep. I say that Jess is such a bookworm. I'm sure sometimes we have to kind of check and be like, Jess, like it's 9:30 now. She goes to bed at 7. It's like it's 9:30 now. You need to stop reading. Just going through books like anything.
Maisie was moaning at me the other day that she's only allowed to take 10 books from the library at once. She reads books, but she's the same. She stays and she tells me, because she lives with her mum, and she tells me on the weekend, she's like, oh, Dad, like, I stayed up reading all night last night. Like her mum doesn't know. Her mum puts her to bed at her mum puts her to bed really early. I think at 7:30, and she's 10, and she'll just read for hours.
And you're telling her, "Oh, Maisie, you shouldn't read so late," and then you're walking away, you're like, "Yes, she's reading."
I'm just she loves reading, so that's good. This is the thing that you find. I suppose you guys all know, and you'll find out when you've got more than one, that decision making about which book to read and stuff like that, which film to watch, which game to play,
remembering whose turn it was last.
Oh my god,
that is the worst, because then you become the referee, and it's like,
you are good. I don't give them a choice. I just pick up a book and then this is what we're reading.
Oh, that's why.
It gets to that point, but because they kind of obviously like Nicola did it more time than I do, that I kind of have to follow that system.
Yeah, true.
But then if I'm just like, right, I'm reading, I don't know, the Yeti, and then they're like, no, we read that one the other day. Like I said, living in a house of women, I am just outnumbered. So what my ladies want, my ladies tend to get is a quiet life, but then they're kind of...
We brought on Christmas, you get this, if we're a bit delayed, we're behind on dates, and I have to do some extra reading. It's a Disney one, there's a boy and a girl's one, and it's dated, so like the 1st of January.
We got the same.
Yeah, there's a story every day, but we're a bit behind them at the moment. What did we read yesterday? So I got some of my old books from when I was younger, like Super Ted, and so my boy loves it. So I was reading Super Ted to him last night. Then he's like, "I'll read it again." I was like, "No, I've read it twice already." There's just like it's bed now.
It's when your child who can't read yet knows the story so well, they correct you when you get it wrong.
Yeah.
I remember it wasn't bedtime until I said the end. Like, even if it was at the end of it, I had to say the end. I just remember Jess just getting, all kind of mad over that. Should we kind of go to...
Next segment. Okay, so this segment is called Dad Across the Pond, okay? So this is going to be a monthly segment where our American correspondent, the nature boy Fame Black...
He doesn't need a quote. Our American correspondent, Fame Black.
Fame Black will be talking about the differences with raising your children across the pond in America. So he's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So we're going to introduce Fame Black to you right now. So hope you enjoy Fame Black.
What up, Dadcast? Fame Black here. Fame Black on all social media. The nature boy, the Snapchat extraordinaire. But I'm not here to talk about all that. I'm here to talk about being a dad, which is like 85% of why I'm alive. Anyway, we're talking about sleep, right? We're talking about sleep, and I really don't have a lot to put in, especially as an American. Like, my daughter, 8 years old now, has always been a phenomenal sleeper. Like, phenomenal. Like, maybe less than a month and a half in, she was sleeping through the night. Even now, our process for bed is, Lucy, it's 5 minutes to bedtime. Go brush your teeth. I know. We're gonna do shit in the morning. All right. And then she goes and she brushes her teeth. She gets changed in her pajamas. She turns the light out and she goes to sleep. No phone, no trouble, no muss. And it's kind of always been that way. Now, nightmares are a new thing. But, you know, you come in, you have a little cartoon ready. Sooner or later, they're not scared. It's amazing. It's so much fun. I did, however, fall asleep while trying to put her to sleep as a baby. Here's a picture from that. All right, Kenny, you put the picture up. Okay, can they see it? Okay, good. That's me falling asleep while I'm trying to put my baby to sleep. And it looks like my arm is outstretched because I'm taking the picture, but it's actually my daughter's mom taking the picture. And that's how tiring being a dad can get. I mean, that baby would not go to sleep. And that picture was taken like 4 in the morning. But that's before the whole sleeping through the night thing. My daughter falls asleep on car rides. It's harder to wake her up than it is to put her to sleep. That's the Fame Black side of it.
Okay, yeah, cheers to that, Fame Black. So we just thought we'd kind of have a next segment because we were trying to bounce a few things, and you know, we've all kind of got our own. As a father, you develop your own style, if you will. And so I just thought I'd come up with just a few of like my personal dad hacks. So I mean, one of the things, whether you are a fan or not, my top tip is become a fan of football. Okay, because you're going through these nights and you're not able to sleep, and you just need an escape, right? FA Cup's on at the moment, so it's literally like, you know, going around to Hardeep's to watch the football. Hardeep's fellow dad, he gets it. You go around there to watch the football. What's the footy's on? You snooze. Let the lads watch the football. I mean, you got to pick your friends carefully. Like I said, I can pick Hardeep because I know I will not be disturbed if I sleep. If I was to, you know, if I was to go around to say Dan's, like I know I don't, or Jeets. If I was around Jeets, it would just be ridiculous. But yeah, so my top tip is find an interest that she is not interested in, so, or he, you know, we're equal opportunities, and find something that they're not interested in so that you can then go and watch or experience this thing, and then, you know, go to a place of solitude. I mean, you can even pick The Office if it's open. Just go have a snooze. Just find yourself a man cave. That's my top tip this week. Find a hobby she doesn't like so that you can escape.
That's a good tip. That's a good tip. Okay, so I suppose that's the end of the first episode. Yeah, I want to thank our guests. You know, Nick, Joe, Hardeep. I want to thank you for coming on.
Teddy,
a
really good point.
Teddy, he has been really good. The man. Oh yeah, and the man. Like I said before, you can catch us once a month. So the next topic we'll be talking about is pregnancy from a father's perspective. Okay.
Piece of piss. It's so easy.
It's just like man flu. Yeah.
So we'll be discussing that next month. We will have.
Can I bring my missus along for that one?
More the merrier. But we will have one of my friends, Tony Warner from up north. He's originally from London, but he lives in Barnsley at the moment. So we will have him on talking a bit about pregnancy from a father's perspective. He has a lot to say on that. And yeah, we'll have more guests. We'll try to bring on new guests every month. So just watch this space. So where can they find us, Jace?
Do you know what? Because I'm editing, it's going to be like we'll go from this way to that way. So yeah, I mean, you can catch us if you want to email us if you've got any suggestions or any feedback. Just want to have something read out on the show. Email us dadcastwtmd@gmail.com. We're also on Twitter @dadcastwtmd with the Man Dem. Do you know this has been good. I mean,
yeah,
it's been fun.
Do you know what I'm going to say? This finished at 2:00, so after just have a little bit of sleep. I just sent some message, I ran a little bit.
As you can see, we're in the nursery, so there's probably some cots we can start.
It took a bit longer than expected.
So yeah, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, please. This is a pilot project for us. We would enjoy and love the support, so make sure you kind of support us as much as you can. And yeah, just like us, email, tweet us, give us questions. We'll try to answer them.
Any dads want to get involved, again, give us a shout. Like we're based in Bristol. If you can get here, we'd like to put you on the show. This is going to be kind of monthly. So yeah, we'll sort it out, I think.
He is Jace.
He's kidding.
And like they say, fatherhood, it doesn't come with a manual.
It definitely doesn't.